you join me and Ben on our Sunday long run. Today we're plodding around Worcester for a half marathon. Ben has his Gloucester half in 2 weeks. I've got Wilmslow in a week. So we're just building up that final bit of foundational fitness and getting some confidence in the distance. So yeah, it's a good day for it. And while I run around today, I want to talk about one of the most important topics when it comes to marathon training and racing, but it's also one of the least exciting and because of that overlooked: nutrition. A little disclaimer before we get started: I'm not an expert, I'm not a nutritionist. This is purely what I'll be doing based on watching a lot of YouTube videos, talking to coaches. It's just what I'll be doing. No guidance here, but if it inspires you to do your own research, that's a good thing. So this is what I'll be doing for the marathon. So marathon nutrition starts the week of the marathon, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, not the night before. Don't be cramming down a load of pasta, 2 kilograms of pasta the night before. Keep it controlled. But that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the general calculation is you should be taking between 8 to 12 grams of carbs per kilogram of body weight. So for me right now, that'd be at 90 kilograms, it'd be around 900 grams of carbs. And if that sounds like a lot to hit per day, it's because it bloody well is. So I use smoothies, rice cakes, pasta, rice, just that kind of thing, and just eating constantly, drinking constantly to hit that carb intake. I also take electrolyte tabs, so I'll take 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening, on the Thursday, on the Friday, on the Saturday. I should also mention fibre. If you've got a history of having to use the bathroom on the run, avoid fibre, keep it low, leading up to the day of the marathon. So marathon day itself, the Sunday, it all starts with breakfast. So I'll be having my tried and trusted saurine, getting about 3 or 4 of those in early doors, and a coffee, decaf coffee to trigger movement. Enough said about that. And yeah, electrolyte tabs again. And that'll be me for breakfast on marathon day. When it comes to the marathon race itself, I'll need 3 things. I'll need water, electrolytes, and carbs in the form of gels. Now it's interesting this year because it'll be the first marathon I've ran without a hydration vest. So I'll be fully dependent upon the aid tables and getting water there. So I'm a little anxious about that. But hey, that's what we're doing. Electrolytes, I'll be using Precision Hydration. They're like little pills, little salt pills. So I'll be using those, and I'll be taking 1 every aid station, which is every 5k. And then when it comes to gels, I'll be taking 9 gels, caffeine gels. So these are the High 5 Aqua gels, multiple flavors to avoid flavor fatigue. But yeah, 9. And that might sound a bit excessive, but they have 23 grams of carbs per gel. I'm looking to hit around 60 grams per hour. So yeah, 9. 1 every 20 minutes. I should say I've been training with the gels, so I'm up to 7 in training. So I'm building myself up to it. And as for so much caffeine being in my system, I've also, if you've not heard before, I've given up caffeine outside of the long run and races. So that caffeine gonna hit, hopefully in a good way. Hopefully I'm not eyeing up the Portaloos. But yeah, looking forward to seeing how it helps me perform. And last year, I took 8 caffeine gels. Last minute, just felt awful. A bit ill over the weekend, so thought, what the hell? Let's go crazy. And it worked out well. So 9 of those bad boys. Now I realise gels, electrolyte tablets, they aren't cheap. And if you're training for like a 16-week block, having that many gels, it can cost you a fortune. So what I like to do, especially in the early stages, where marathon pace isn't really a factor, where it's just about getting the easy runs in, I turn to stuff like Haribo. You can get packets of honey, maple syrup, applesauce. If you've got like a pack, you can carry jam sandwiches. There's loads of ways to get carbs in without breaking the bank. As for electrolytes, it's a little more difficult. You can use like Lucozade Sport or the non-branded versions. You can make your own. Wouldn't really recommend doing that. Putting like salt water and fruit juice together. So it is a bit trickier with electrolytes. But yeah, budget alternatives can help because it's not cheap. The last thing I want to talk about when it comes to marathon nutrition is specific to Manchester. Now, Manchester advertises that it has gels at aid stations, but it only has them at 3 aid stations. So that's 3 gels throughout the entire marathon. So you're gonna want to supplement that with your own solutions. And also, there's no electrolytes. So they don't give you anything like that. So you're gonna have to, the majority of people are gonna need to find a way to take electrolytes on board. Water isn't enough. So really factor that in, because that, the electrolytes especially, is what helps you avoid cramping up in the latter stages of the marathon. There's a reason that people hit a wall, and it's the vast majority of people. So I urge you, spend 10-15 minutes planning how you're getting electrolytes on board, how you're getting additional carbs in, and you'll thank yourself when it comes to that 20-mile sign and you're still feeling good, relatively good. Ending Ben's run on a tough hill here, but he's on camera, so he'll be doing it. He's doing it.
You did that on purpose.
So yes, those are my thoughts on marathon nutrition before and during. Again, I'm not an expert, so do your own research, get race day ready, and have a successful day. This has been Mac and Ben. Happy running, and bye-bye.